Yes, so first of all, we have to play without Xavi Quintilla. He got some problems after the last friendly game, and Scan says it's not too bad. It's not a major injury, but he was not able to train the last day with us and still feel some um, little strain or whatever. So it's no chance to train tomorrow, so he won't be involved. And there's still a little question mark behind Onel, so he was also out for our last friendly. And in the beginning, in the middle of the week, was not able to train with us. Today in the afternoon, we try the first time to bring him back on the training pitch with the team. And if this works, he will travel with us to Luton, but he won't be capable to be in the starting lineup. So he was out for 8 or 9 days right now, and the risk would be too high that there's a new injury. So if his body is able to handle the load this afternoon, he's perhaps ready for the bench for 20 or 30 minutes, but no chance to bring him straight away into the starting lineup. That leaves us a bit short with options, but it's a tricky situation anyway, and for that, try to find some solutions. It feels a bit strange, if I'm honest. Also, I think the first time in my career that I have to play a competitive game when 15 players are away on international duty, and I'm pretty sure that everyone who is in the key positions in order to make the fixture list, also with the cup games, did their best in order to find the right moment to play such a game. But I think it was also probably unbelievably complicated because of our Corona and COVID situation. I don't want to blame anyone. So for that, we know it's a bit strange. It feels a bit like, it shouldn't. The first one doesn't have the value like this competition should have anyhow. But it was, I think, also unbelievably difficult to find a date for this first round. And for that, we don't complain too much about the situation. We know it's a bit strange. I think our opponent has 2 players away right now. We have 15 players away. It doesn't feel like fair play anyhow, but we don't use this as an excuse or want to complain too much about this. It's just a situation, and we try to adapt to it as best as we can. Well, you know my attitude, Ian, that I don't want to comment any rumors. So what I can say, of course, Ben Gibson is a top player and also a top character on this level. And if he is on the market, I think each and every club on this level and our level has to think about him and try to get him perhaps. But in general, also I'm unbelievably respectful, and I won't expect any other club to speak about my players. And at this moment, today, half one or quarter to two, he's a Burnley player, and I don't want to speak about Burnley players. So my focus is just on the cup game tomorrow. I think first of all, we are aware in all areas and still not falling asleep. So we are pretty aware on the market what happens on the fullback position, midfield position, striker position, winger position, also on centre back position without any doubt. Currently, we have to say we had the same group of centre backs also in the last season, and I think in just 2 game days there were more than 2 centre backs available. So that was definitely a problem without any doubt. Right now we are heading into a season with 46 games, so even more games than last season, with 2 cup competitions. We're heading into this season with pretty short preseason, and we have to play all these games just in 8 months. So also the schedule will be much more intense even in comparison to last season. We were already struggling last season with our group in order to have enough centre backs available, and got the feeling so on this level it makes sense. And also to stay aware, it doesn't mean that we will definitely 100% do some business, but I think it's quite important in order to be prepared, and when there is an opportunity, then to not fall asleep, but use the opportunity. And definitely the last season proved how important it is to have competitions on all positions. First of all, we got the feeling so it's important to keep the key group of our players and our best players and our quality players, but on the other hand also to bring some new lads in. It's always the same, especially after a difficult last year. You need also some fresh blood and some fresh energy, and to fresh the whole squad a bit up. And for that, we had also to take some difficult decisions, because there were also 2 or 3 players where we said, okay, you are not in our plans anymore, although These are also top players, but we got the feeling, especially after relegation, it's important to bring some fresh energy and some fresh motivation in. And I have to give a big compliment to the new lads, how they settled in and in general, so how good the spirit and also the motivation and also already the togetherness in this group is quite well. It was a bit tricky, yeah, because actually you have a 5 or 6 weeks preseason and you can work on different topics. Right now we just had 2.5 weeks together, and more or less since last Monday, 15 lads are away. So it's a bit tricky, really, with the whole group to work on your whole game. And but I got the feeling, so especially during the friendlies so far, we have proved that we are already quite fast. So I don't expect that we are quite there on the first game day. But if I'm honest, we are further in our development than I have expected in the beginning of preseason. And so far, I'm quite happy, if I'm honest. That's at least the experience of the past. That especially in the last weeks, it's getting worse and worse with all the speculations, rumors. It's just important that it's unbelievably clear with us, with the young blokes, and us as a club. So we are pretty clear and also honest and transparent. So we have said that we don't want to sell them at all. They are quite important unless there's an unbelievable crazy offer. Then the club has to make a decision. Yeah, of course, that's quite normal in this business. But otherwise, they're fully in our plans. I think the last weeks of the season had some fantastic results, and especially the consistency in their results, and that was the reason they were able to stay up. And big compliment also to Nathan to his work, and I'm quite sure that they will try to take this positive experience and this euphorism of the last weeks also into the new season and also into the first cup game. And for that, we are pretty respectful. We know they can concentrate on this game, just their goalkeepers away and just one new signing. So I think it's a pretty important game for them. And we have this strange situation that we travel with a pretty young group. So we want to go into the next round without any doubt. This is our claim. So you know how much I like also this cup competition, but we are also quite respectful. It's one of the toughest tasks you can get. So away game against a championship side, and then against a side who has more or less all the players available, and also were able to prepare in a proper way. So if I'm honest, I couldn't think about a more difficult draw that we have, but we had this draws, and also on the past, I got the feeling. So it's also like we always get away draws and against tough opponents, and we had this experience, and we were several times also like in this circumstance able to be there with successful result, and hopefully we can get this also tomorrow.